Hey guys, this is Ludwig. So I do have some unfortunate news for all of you guys, and that it seems like a lot of whales that use resellers basically got banned. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's finish the banner analysis first. Alright, so this is a definition of a bait banner mitigation 6-star banner. So what does mitigation do? First of all, let's see, income. Okay, so reduce damage. So they reduce about 50% of incoming damage. They restore HP. It's probably like a 5,000 heal or like 8,000 heal or something, depending on your attack. Disables debuffs. I'm not too sure about that, but at least you're guaranteed to not get knocked down. And then whenever you take damage, you don't break combo. So it sounds pretty sweet, but for clearing content. However, for 6 stars especially, their mitigation only lasts for not too long. I think it's at most 10 seconds, and that's including the animation time. But for these units, their animations are actually kind of fast, so I guess you get around like 8 seconds of mitigation after you finish casting your SS3. And as I speak, yeah, so Finaccio dropped her mitigation. And looking at the calculator, damage is pretty lackluster as always. And then a problem for Finaccio, I think this is a bug. I'm not sure if they'll ever fix it, but as you see, she misses her SS3 if you're not positioning yourself correctly. And I have auto approach on, by the way, so you gotta be a little careful when using Tenkensen. Alright, so what these characters are, well, they probably won't appear for a very long time. Yeah. So spoilers, I think they will be coming back in another banner in the future. I won't say when, but this is probably not your last chance to get these characters, but it is a one chance out of the 2 chances you probably have to get these characters. So that's one thing if you want Finaccio and Berkeley for collection. And they do have pretty cool names in Japanese, like Tenkensen is okay, I don't know how to translate this. Heavenly Piercing Sword. Jisenken is the time piercing sword, yeah. So they're pretty cool characters. It's just that they didn't really. They're supposed to be stronger than they are in game. Like they are definitely much stronger than they are in game. All right. So anyways, mitigation characters. As I guess an old player, a veteran, my recommendation is just don't use them because it just inhibit you from actually learning the game and then learning all the boss patterns and then. Well, Memo Death is an action game, and then if you use mitigation, you're taking away the action, but I guess that's just my point of view. And for weapons, so I guess these are nice for collection, but I still have yet to see a 9L ranking yet. Actually, might be next ranking, but we can never tell. It took us long enough to get wind ranking. Maybe we'll get 9L ranking next, who knows. Great, and also I recorded a few runs on how to spam this wolf guy. So this is, first of all, this is EX difficulty, and then here's just some advice for spamming. Usually EX gets you the fastest points, so this is EX mode, and this is how I spam it. I just I start for combo, advanced animation skip instead. So it's about like 12 seconds in real life, but yeah, that's my fast spam. And 5 stars are usually better for spamming. Alright, this is the Master mode. So the idea for fighting bosses in general is just you always want to be doing something, whether it's regen, dodging, using your SS3, you always want to use your time on, you always want to be just doing something. Right, so in this case I parry, and then so 4 times SS3 after that. And also I use TFE because I don't really have anyone else that's better than that. So super attack buff for the win. Yeah, finally a very cheap trick here, so I use SS1 to auto-target the boss, and I land right in front of him. In the case where he doesn't give me a parryable, I will just use my SS3 to tank his unparryable, because in that position I can't really dodge anything at all. But using SS3 you can tank most unparryables, and with enough combo, you can actually just spam the rest of your S3s and then it might kill him. Alright, so a little update on what happened recently. So this is basically the 911 for SAO MD Memo Death. Well, not an actual terrorist attack, but I feel like a lot of people are getting terrorized, including me. So a lot of people who purchased from resellers, basically buying cheap diamonds, they got banned, whether they purchased from before the announcement or like they actually contributed a lot to the actual store sales. A lot of people that know, well, got banned. So this definitely will turn out to be a problem in the near future when they find out that suddenly no one's like no one's actually whaling anymore, and then the game can't run anymore. They're running at deficit. Uh, let's hope that's not the case, but I can see that become the case because they decide to do a direct ban instead of just they could have just restricted the transfers from those accounts. And so this is Dystopia, number one EU guild, and then the guild leader. Well, I think recently around Ranking Fest we became pretty good friends, sharing our strats, all that stuff. But yeah, so I think he's the last man standing for the EU number one guild, unfortunately. So I just hope everyone. I hope it's just one wave, and then everyone else can survive this ban wave. So I think the intent of Banco was correct. It's just that their execution was, in terms of business, I don't think that was the best way to deal with it. So I'll just say that they're at, well, just banning everyone's account. It's not going to suddenly encourage people to start whaling. So, well, that's all I have to say. From what I know, maybe they had to force these bans because of legal issues. Also, I've heard that Bamco does not do temporary bans; they only do permanent bans. So, uh, unfortunate. So, at last, I would like everyone to stare at a wall for 10 seconds and commemorate these great players. Some of them have worked hard to help spread the game. Some of them were very friendly, were very helpful to new players. So please take a second to commemorate them, I guess, and then we'll see you next time.